I'm gonna have to come back to this because I've tried just about everything and this thing is not doing it. I've never had an issue with this one. Worked on the very first one. Didn't work on any other ones. Popping them with the hammer here worked on the remaining 6, but was only able to get 7 out. Stupid, so I'm gonna have to order some different tool. Bumming around the shop last half hour, I haven't come up with any kind of brilliant idea as to what to do, so moving on with my life, I'm going to pull this guy out and get ready to paint it. Well, I got it all set up and I forgot to hit record, but there it is. Out in semi-daylight. Semi-daylight, so that'll be the front of it. Say it dries a little bit, I'll work on the oil pan maybe. Huh? Alright, these are all like different heights. It says finger tight. Use an Allen wrench to kind of nudge them all to the same about finger tight, but you can see they're all varying heights. These ones definitely went in farther than the rear ones. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I don't feel like they set up any higher or lower, so I'll look into that, see if I don't need to pull those back out and redo something, but right now I feel like that's wrong. I don't think that's right. Beautiful day. Getting ready to do a little painting, taking my mind off of this thing. The end of the last video, I turned my attention to painting this and started painting that. I'm going to continue to move along with this project. I'm going to take these back out. I don't feel like they went in properly. I'm going to blow out, clean out all the threads again, clean these off again, re-lube them and send them back in. See what I can do with that. Yeah, but while I'll be doing that while this is drying. Right now I'm kind of taking off some bolts and stuff. Just got off the fork there. Clutch, throw out bearing, release, yada yada yada. He'll leave this stuff on, the gaskets on, any of the bolts. Yes, this stuff's coming off. The little trinkets and whatnot, put them all on here, but definitely have a little bit of wear and tear on it. Definitely needed a new one. Hopefully I got one in my kit. I haven't even looked to see if there's one in that thing yet, but I think I looked. But I'm going to tape some of this stuff off, leave most of the sensors and whatnot on there, flip it up, and then get to painting. Alright, I'm pretty much taped off. I got a couple things I want to do on this side once I flip it up. But all in all, I'm going to kind of hit up this spot and flip it up on its front side. And yeah, start painting. Alright, so while that's been drying, this guy I filled up with a bunch of brake cleaner, all the holes. While those have been soaking, I washed these off with hot water and some down, and suck that down, and then re-greased the tips there. I'm about to start scrubbing those out. And then I'm going to start blowing them out, trying to get them clean. Hopefully without ruining all the brand new paint I just put on there. But we'll see. We'll see. I just painted the starter. I decided I was going to paint that after painting that. Threw on the water pump housing with Honda Bond on there. So that guy's on there now. Put the water pump on there, but not totally on there. Headbolts on, took this guy off, got it shined up nice and neat. Yep, got quite a bit done today. I managed to get this thing nice tight, once again where it needed to be. Need to order one of these guys, probably in time for this next coming weekend. But I need to clean up and put on some tunes and do a quick reset here and get some stuff pulled back in. Mental reset. Alright, got a new day, new cylinder head, new valve compressor tool, new recycling to bring out. So I'm gonna get a little cleaned up and get started on lapping some valves here. Managed to get this painted. This was painted a while ago. But this guy I just painted. The only thing I covered up was the plastic on the sensors. And of course the back. But yeah, it's pretty good. The cover on there and looks amazing. It's so amazing. Oh my gosh. It's so amazing. It's the most beautiful VTec ever. Matching the rest of the silver engine. Not sure how much I like that, but it's better than what it was, I guess. Man, I was putzing around with my was cleaning off my windshield wiper fluid container, and I forgot about gravity, and I let the hose drop, and as I had it in my hand cleaning it, it was just pouring windshield fluid all over the floor. So I got a bunch of absorbers picking it up and whatnot. Got the painters, or the starter painted, the painted starter. Jesus Christ. I saw high heat in black color, and so I went with it. I accidentally hit it with the wrinkle. So it looked a little ridiculous. And yeah. So that's what it'll look like from the outside. Buried under a bunch of other stuff. Alright, it is the next day. Managed to get some stuff done. Mainly I got the headlights kind of mocked up. I redid the clips on the inside. You can pull this main part out and leave like the holster part of the HID or whatever behind, and then mold the clips perfectly, and then just slip the main thing back in. Basically I'm just seeing where the wires are going to need to run. Just kind of loosely tossed it on there. As you can see, I got the T-bar painted and shoved in here. Nothing crazy. Same color as back there. The other light as well. Basically I wanted to get this on here so I could see what kind of clearance I was going to be having with this. And what I'm kind of hoping to do is run it down and through the bumper support itself, and then back out its original hole, either down here or under the well. But either way, bring it back down and around to that guy. Something like that. I gotta figure that out. That's probably gonna be my next thing now that I got this mocked up and I can figure out exactly how much I need. Especially after going through and figuring these guys out yesterday. I did pull all these hoses off. This is Volvo Power Steering Reservoir. That one on top. You can see where I'm getting with this. Return, the high power. So I can bring these to high flow, precision, motion and flow, and have them bust me out a couple of quick hoses, so I don't even have to think about it really. So I just got to get the length for that, and then I can figure out what I'm going to need in order to get those attached. Get a plug for the third one, call it a day on that. Do a little bit of wiring. I've been thinking about some wiring projects going on. I got this guy pulled off of that, looking at the kind of gauges I got going. I don't have the same gauge, but it's close enough as to where it'll work. 12 volt 80 amp, no biggie. I do have an 80 amp. It's going to be going on here somehow. I'm going to fix that. It's an 80 amp fuse, marine, so it's waterproof and etc. Nice Bossman one, or Bosch, or whatever the heck it is, brand name. So yeah, I got those guys done, dealt with. I keep debating on whether or not to put the, I think I should put this on permanently. I keep debating on whether or not I'll put the engine in underneath, raise the car up, or drop the car and float the engine down into it. I'm kind of wanting to raise the car up, but I don't know, we'll have to see. I also thought about putting it in pieces, like putting that in there and then putting the head on while it was in there. All options I have to think about. It is lunchtime on Sunday and I'm getting ready to, I put this guy on here, a brown caulking, shove it on there. It's got a weird green hue to it. I tried to put that one on and it did not want to go back in, so I just left it off and I'm going to deal with it. Either sell it, put it on eBay. I'm sure somebody wants it. I did have to do a little bit of repair to it, but it's no big either. No matter how I work it in there, it just will not go in there. That's going to be blocked off anyways due to, I had thought if I could get that back in there, I was thinking about cutting that open and trying to figure out some way of intertwining in the vent for the window that goes right here. This is what feeds that. And moving forward, you know. Yeah. That's about quite a bit of what I've pretty much done today. I did start the day doing a lot of organizing and relabeling. So I spent at least 2 hours sitting here doing that. So I got that out for. Feel better about where I'm at with that. And this is starting to look a little thicker now that it's getting back together. But putting that radiator in, it's definitely next. Alright, I decided to get it out. Pulled out a little hardware stuff. Really ain't much to it, that's why I've kind of been putting it off. But I guess I could install it for shits and giggles. So putting this, it comes with 4 of these here grommet here's. So I'm just putting one each down here. And I'll figure out getting that guy on them grommets. That guy is on there. Looking good in the hood. You can see I went around that. Came back down in there and put the rubber grommets back in the middle. Like this one. That one. Let's see, let's go like that. Such. Beautiful. That looks as good as can be. I just made that little ditty up. Yeah. Alright, so I went ahead and got my headlights installed in here to see what kind of room I'm working with. Still looking good on the entrance and exit down here. Up here, looks like I'm going to have to maybe cut this down a little bit. I'm not sure yet. It's pretty flush right there with that. So if I did a 90, it would come up. Have to come off. It has to be a pretty short 90 to shoot over here. So that's just going to go up to the reservoir tank, which will live right here. It's going to be one of those. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking like. This thing is still hella sturdy, and I still haven't even strapped this thing down all the way yet. But so for right now, I need to figure out my lengths. So I got my baling wire out here. What I did was I took these main parts, power steering, high pressure line at pump, so right there, and then my return line, which is the one that's right there, that hose, and then the reservoir hose. Took them off and labeled them so that I know I'm going to need this line to that line right there. And yeah, but I need to figure out the length first, which is what this stuff is for. So where I bent it here and where I got it bent down there is where I have the hydraulics. Everything in between. It turns out it's like 7 feet exactly. So, alright, oh, zoom! I just got home from work and got Vibrant Performances 6A into 7/16/20 bolt in the mail. Funny enough, that little package came with all this paper inside that big ass box. FedEx guy pulls up and he's got a huge package. I'm like, what the fuck did I order? This tiny little fucking banjo bolt right here. That is what I got going on right there. And so I am excited to get an AM fitting on this guy. And I'm gonna put that on. And then I have to tighten this down yet. This isn't tight. A couple other things I want to check. I can't remember if I tightened down the fuel lines back up in there. Pretty sure I did. I don't know why I would leave them loose at all. I remember I left them loose originally for something. But yeah, getting back there to tighten those down might be a little bit of a pain in the ass, which probably would have been a good idea too. But I'm out here like most people do when they do K-swaps and stuff. It's dark in here because, like I said, I just got back from work. Got the old work van. Oh, don't go reading that phone number. But yeah, not planning on doing much down here right now. I'm in full uniform, so I even got my little coochie mounts. Okay, next weekend. After talking it over with some people, some guys I work with, we decided that these stuck valve keeps that I cannot get out are indicative of something worse. I have my suspicions that this deck wasn't milled. It definitely wasn't hot tanked. Anyways, after a couple of emails back and forth with the guy who sold it to me, he's returning from whence it came. So now I get to put it back together and try and find the box. Can't believe I threw away the box. God, the hopefulness. I don't think I got a box down there. I gotta figure out a nice good box. But anyways, so I'm gonna start by throwing this guy together, and the cylinder head saga continues. Just as soon as I get my head that's actually usable, I'm suddenly forced to start back over again. I just want to find a home for you, buddy. Alright, so after bumming around, got that thing all packed up. Looking for something to do. And this is a marine grade waterproof bus amp that I'm going to be putting right there for powering the thing here. I do have to mark off where I'm going to stick it and then get some riv nuts up in there. So first thing I gotta do is punch a hole. I'm gonna do my center punch out and punch a hole, a couple marks there. Alright. So I'll move this back down over here. Decided to give it another shot. Put a riv nut in there, add that guy, measured it out, put another riv nut, and I'm gonna throw an Allen head on there with the thing. No thread lock yet in case I need to move it or take it off, but yeah. And there it is. From the side. I have no idea how the inner lining is gonna be affected by that, but I was running gutter tube from here down here for fresh air. So I know that's a gap. Where it clips on, I'm not sure. Probably here, there. I'm not sure what the void is with that, but still not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with this. I had actually contemplated, I wonder if it's sitting right here, the rubber grommet that came with these actually almost fits perfectly in there. And then if I were to use that area for a, here it is, this guy. It actually lives on the inside of the car on the floor, but it's got the grommet on it. Yeah, it's styrofoam. But you can see a little bit of trimming, it might work. The under, you can see like the curvature of it and stuff. I could technically just seal it on me. If I was gonna do that, I might as well just make a custom gasket kind of thing. And have the reservoir tank up here. It's gonna be one of those. I don't know. Gotta figure that out, but for now, that's on there. Alright, so I was about to put a banjo bowl right there. And I was about to put an AN fitting on that guy. And I got to wondering why that was sticking out so much. So before I go attaching it to that, I want to make sure that I didn't just push it out the end of the thing here. So I'm gonna pull this guy out and see what condition it's in. Maybe start over on this hose because I know I have plenty of length up in here. Alright, I got this all trimmed down and ready to get back in there. And so really quickly I'm just putting on some nylon locking nuts on the inside of these rib nut ones. Just for a little added extra security. Not even gonna like back it up to the rib nut. I'm just gonna put it on there until the nylon cat. Alright, so hopefully that's the last time I'll have to loosen this guy. I can probably get it off, but this is a little added security. Keep it from rattling around and whatnot. Alright, it's coming inside here. I had thought about bringing it around through this way. And I brought the nozzle over that way and it was just interfering with the clutch line too much, slave line. So I'm gonna bring it this way. You can see where I got it right here. I got the bottom piece right there. I'm about to shove on there. Alright, that's on there nice and flush. I just gotta twist on the that piece. Alright. Bad boy is installed. Pretty good. Doing alright. Can't complain. Yeah. Tighten this one down. Still haven't tightened the back one down yet. The main line here. Still like having to play here just in case something with the dashboard. So yeah.